Just about 13 minutes after the hour of 7 o'clock, welcome back to the Now Morning Show on this Tuesday morning. Now, the PSCU Credit Union recently launched an outreach caravan program, and two of the representatives from the organization are joining me this morning to talk some more about it. With me on set is Annette Hinkson-Patravani, the Business Development Officer, and also Ms. Shanice Radhe, Sales Associate. Ladies, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on Now.
Good morning, Kimberly.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Now, Annette, I'm going to come to you first because this name change is confusing everybody. So tell us about the name change, but also to tell us exactly what or who is PSCU Credit Union.
Okay, so PSCU Credit Union started in 1964. They were formerly known as the Civil Service Association Credit Union. And through rebranding and developing new products, they changed from the Civil Service to Public Service Credit Union Association. And so they wanted to separate from the Public Service Association. And so they dropped the association. And in 2008, they just left it as PSCU Credit Union.
Okay.
And why would that name change is that so persons in the public could join. It's not only for public servants, it's for anyone in Trinidad and Tobago or even abroad.
Of course.
Wishing to join the credit union, they can now be a member of PSCU Credit Union.
PSCU Credit Union.
PSCU
Okay.
Credit Union.
I'm coming to you, Shanice, because I wanted to know what sort of services does the organization offer?
So the organization offers not only savings and loans, but we also have our online banking as well as our mobile app where members can view their balances online, transfer funds, make payments, all within the comfort of their homes or wherever. Remotely, they can use our app on their smartphones as well as online. We have a health plan, which is a group medical plan that gives our members coverage for major medicals, dental, vision. We also have our family indemnity plan. This is where it's a death benefit where our members upon death can leave some sort of financial, help for their family members. We have our Onyx Visa debit card, which is our prepaid Visa debit card, which facilitates point of sale transaction as well as online purchases, both locally and internationally. We have a STEP program, which is our secondary tertiary education plan. This is where members can open accounts for their children at a very young age and do monthly deposits as they transition throughout their academic life. Sometimes they come up and they're eligible for SEA grants, which is paid annually all the way up to Form 6. And under the STEP program as well, we do have the benefits where members can get reduced loan payments. Not loan payments, sorry, reduced loan rates.
Right, yes.
On tertiary as well as secondary education expenses. We also have our Silver Club, which is a group club account for our members that are 55 years and over who benefits from certain perks such as reduced interest rates as well as certain social activities. And to top it off, we have payments via SurePay, which gives you greater convenience, security, as well as reliable services to make payments and deposits.
Wow. So I realized that although the name change happened, you all have also rebranded and added some things to the lineup, and I appreciate that. Now, you mentioned this STEP program, and I know that another program that you have coming up is that Caravan Outreach Program. And that you want to tell us more about that?
So we recently launched the Caravan Outreach Program at our San Fernando office, that's in Coquet. The Caravan program is really to go about to different communities. We have partnered with the Ministry of Community and Social Development, and so we go into different community centers and regional complex to edify the public on financial awareness, to learn more about your finances. We want to introduce webinars and as well as, introduce the products and services of PSCU Credit Union. We want to tackle mostly the rural areas because, sometimes transportation might be an issue with persons coming to the organization. So you don't have to come to us, we would come to you. And that's really the basis of having this Caravan Outreach program.
Yeah. Where did the drive come from or the need come from for the organization to want to go out into those communities and teach people about financial literacy?
Okay, so the initial thinking behind it, we had a Shogunas branch, and that is no longer there. And so we say to reach the persons in the Shogunas area, we would use the Caravan services. And of course, we take surveys from our members, and so feedback from the members and general public from our social media platforms. Persons were very interested, especially during the COVID period, on ways that they could bring in additional income. And so we saw the need to teach the members, as one of our social corporate responsibility, teach persons about financial literacy and stuff like that. And that was the driving force behind having and launching this Caravan program.
Nice. Sounds interesting. Now I'm coming back to you, Sarah, because I know that you have Shanice, you have the information in terms of the additional services that you offer. So you would have mentioned loans. What are the interest rates like when you take out a loan from us? I mean, is it competitive? Because we're moving into the Christmas season. People may want to buy a ton of stuff. How is your organization going to compare to what else we're seeing out there?
So we do try to be competitively priced. And we do, well, the interest rates obviously will vary based on the type of loan that you come to get. And for Christmas time right now, we do have our lanyard loan special with 1% down, and you get between $100,000 to $150,000 based on, well, how much you would prefer to get from there.
Right. And the organization covers all loans, from car loans. You also do mortgages as well?
Correct. We do mortgages, vehicle loans, home improvement loans, seasonal loans, Christmas loans, yes, all types of loans.
All types of
We
loans.
have 100% financing with the vehicle loans.
Ah.
Our interest rates on mortgage is 5%. So we are very competitive when it comes to the mortgage rates.
Yes.
And we also have Christmas shopping loan as well, because for the Christmas season, persons want to...
You want to paint,
Yes.
you want to buy all
Yes.
sorts of things.
So
yes.
we cater for every occasion at PSCU Credit Union.
Yeah. So then how does one become a member of PSCU Credit Union?
So to become a member of PSCU Credit Union is quite simple. You could visit our website at www.pscutt.com, and you could fill out the forms there, or you could visit any of our 4 branches, which is Port of Spain, Arima, San Fernando, and of course we have a branch in Tobago. The requirements are simple: 2 forms of ID, a recent utility bill or bank statement that's to verify your address, a passport size picture, job letter, and payslip.
Yeah.
And we're not leaving out the self-employed persons. So
yes.
if you're self-employed,
Yes, the tool treaters.
yes. So if you're self-employed,
Yes.
you can work with the business certificate and a bank statement of about 6 to 18 months.
Right. And of course, this goes without saying, but you have to be a member to access the services.
Correct.
Okay. All right. Nice. In terms of the membership, is it a big membership? Let's say 500 to 1,000. Where do you stand?
So we are categorized in the large category in credit unions. We have about active 20,000 members, and we're looking to add more to that because we have a lot to offer
Yeah.
to the public of Trinidad and Tobago.
Nice. Now, I like that you mentioned Tobago. Is it only one branch in Tobago, or like are you guys looking to expand as we look for the new year?
Yeah, so that's where the Caravan comes
Yes.
in. So we're looking to go more to the
Yes.
countryside and Tobago with the Caravan. Probably we're going to have another Caravan for Tobago as well. All of that is still in the planning, still in the works. But Tobago, we really want to go out more in the countryside and introduce PSCU and financial literacy to the citizens of Tobago.
Yeah. Is there an age limit for joining the credit union, and anybody can take this one?
No, there's no age limit.
Okay,
age
good.
limit.
Right. Once you think that you have savings, you can come and you can bring it to the credit union.
Correct.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. And in terms of the loans, I mean, is there a cap on how much you can borrow, or is it a case-by-case basis? I'm going to come to you, Shanice.
It's a case-by-case basis. Obviously, everybody's financial situation is different, and you will be assessed based on all of those factors. So it is case-by-case.
Okay, great. And then in terms of the market and what you're seeing now, are you seeing a lot of people coming to save their money or even invest their money with credit unions? I'm going to come back to you, Shanice.
Yes, people are trying to save. I mean, I know the economic climate is a little bit challenging at times for persons, but we are seeing people trying to save, coming in and investing, and also taking loans to help with their, day-to-day runnings as well.
Yeah.
So-
And as I wanted to hear your thoughts on this as well, because I mean, the COVID-19 pandemic is what it is. We are coming out of it, but we're still dealing with it. People are still now going back into the workforce. Are you seeing people coming to invest their money or even purchase shares from the credit union?
Yes, very much so, because the credit unions, especially PSCU, we have paid quite high in dividends, interest yearly, so persons take advantage of that. And with the credit union, when you take a loan, you have the opportunity to refinance your loan probably next 6 months, a year, depends on your situation. They are very forgiving, and it's like a family-oriented organization. So you feel like a part of the family when you join a credit union, when you join PSCU credit union. So we see a lot of persons showing a lot of interest for the main purpose of getting that interest yearly. When AGM comes around, they wait to hear how much credit union is paying out and they come in to get their dividends. So
Yes.
yeah, a lot of people look forward to that.
Okay. And I know that so credit union is almost as if your competitor, your direct competitor might be a financial institution. Why go to a credit union rather than saving with a bank or even going to invest in stock? Or should it be done in a combination? Like, what do you think?
I think it should be done in a combination. It all depends on your lifestyle and what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah.
So if you know you're looking to save, you want to have long-term savings for your children, education and stuff like that, definitely the credit unions.
Why?
Because the dividends,
The dividends.
the dividends.
Yes.
And then, all right, besides the dividends, all right, with PSU Credit Union, you have something called a Sapphire account. That is compound interest. You get compound interest quarterly paid on that account. Then we have the fixed deposit savings account. So those accounts generate competitive interest either by the year, 2 years. It depends on which plan you go on with the fixed deposit. And so, again, why wouldn't you come to a credit union when you could take a loan and whilst you're paying on the loan, they get an interest on your shares. So you're getting, it's a win-win situation when you come to a credit union.
Right. Now you keep saying the dividends, the dividends. I mean, how much dividends did you pay? I mean, has your financial year wrapped up already? Have you paid dividends for this year?
Yes, so we paid 4% this year.
4% this year. So how does it work? If it is you have, let's say, 500 shares or 600 shares, is there a monetary figure you can give me in terms of how much the dividends might be?
Well, it depends on how much you have on your shares. So it's 4% on whatever.
On what you have on your shares.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
cool. So the more you invest and the more shares you purchase, then your dividends will be better.
Correct.
Interesting, interesting. Now, in your line of work, Shanice, have you been seeing people bringing large or purchasing large amounts of shares with the credit union?
Yes, it fluctuates. Some people come and they make large deposits. Some maintain monthly averages. So deposits are coming in, yes, which is
Yes.
always welcome. And you see people smile when they see their dividends on their account, which is always a plus.
Now, I know some credit unions have the saving account and the shares account. Do you all have that as well?
Correct.
Where you can save money, but you can also get dividends on your shares.
So,
All right.
well, it's called a share account and a deposit account.
Right, yes.
Both accounts you get interest on it, but the share account is where you get the most set of interest.
Yeah.
So we try to encourage members to save on the share account. The share account is also held as collateral for your loan.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I know that, Shanice, earlier you would have mentioned that insurance policy. Can you just remind us about that insurance policy as well?
So we have our group health plan where members can access the plan for themselves and their dependents, spouses, children, where they are given $1 million TT in coverage renewable every 3 years for major medicals, dental, and vision. And our family indemnity plan, which is a death benefit, is usually called, or, when we on layman terms, like funeral expenses. So when a person dies who's insured, the money goes to their living beneficiary that they can use for expenses.
And finally, Annette, tell me where the branches are and if you want to get in contact with somebody from PSCU.
Okay, so the branches are in Sackville, Port of Spain, Sackville Street, Port of Spain, Arima, Coquille, San Fernando, and
Milford Road.
Milford Road, Tobago.
Tobago, yes. And if we need to reach out to anybody at the office, any numbers, website?
Okay, so you could always reach us at www.pscutt.com. And on that website, you will get all the information on the location and the phone numbers for each branch.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for joining us on
Thank
the
you
Now
for
Show.
having us.
I know you're going to have a bumper Christmas season, so good luck with that.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break and be right back. Up next, we have Shamla with Unique Not Different. Stay with us.